Today we have George Caspar. He's a distinguished Toastmaster in Apex. He was an attorney in the corporate world, and a few years ago he changed his career to be a criminal lawyer now. George, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Great. Do you want to add anything that I might have missed when I was introducing you?
When you say I was an attorney in the corporate world, that makes it sound more interesting or important than it actually was. The truth is that I spent many years sitting in a cubicle doing work that I wasn't really all that excited to do. My switch to criminal law happened because I had never stepped foot in a courtroom. I wanted to see what it was like to have a trial. There's more at stake. Somebody's freedom is
Mhm.
at issue.
So the reason you wanted to change was to have real impact on people's lives?
For some reason, sitting and at a computer all day always felt to me like I was several steps removed from solving actual problems for actual people. Some people loved doing that kind of stuff, and just for me, it felt like it was robbing me of my soul.
I know all of us have these desires like, okay, I want to do this thing, but we just hold off on them until something happens, right? So you need to push. I also wanted to do this podcast and I saw you doing episodes after episodes for Epic Toastmaster. Then I thought, okay, maybe I can do this. So how did you get that motivation to now, after a number of years in corporate world, like you said, right, control was being sucked and you're not enjoying the work. How did you get that motivation and how do people relate from your experience to now go and, achieve that thing they want to achieve?
So I think what you need to do is do something that you're actually interested in.
Hmm.
For a long time, I felt like when I worked in the corporate world that I had to pay my dues
Hmm.
doing stuff that actually didn't interest me, and eventually it would pay off. And my ratings were always good. I always got good ratings. I always got along with the people I worked with.
Hmm.
I still never got to the next level.
Okay.
And I think I attribute that to the fact that I really wasn't interested in what I was doing. And now, in terms of the podcast, why I'm able to just get started and produce episodes is because I'm actually interested in it. I also like getting feedback. And one of the unique things about a podcast is you get all this data back, like how many downloads you got and from what
Hmm.
countries.
So I'd like to transition a little bit to the Toastmaster because that's how you and I got connected, right? When I first joined Toastmaster, I had to admit, I thought it was for people like me who was English is not a native language, right? I thought it was something like ESL where you would go and practice. And when I first came to this meeting, there was a lot of blend of native speakers, non-native speakers like me, and a diverse set of people. How did you initially get up to Toastmaster? Why did you join Toastmaster? And how did it shape your leadership from Toastmasters?
So when I started Toastmasters, I was working from home and I really just wanted an excuse to get out of my house and have a place to go where I would be interacting with other people.
So this was when?
This was 2015, something like that. And going to Toastmasters when I first started really excited me because it touched on some primal fear that I had about being in front of a group of people and expressing myself. I liked doing it, and I felt like I had a natural ability to do it. But when I was put in that position, I would definitely feel the adrenaline rush.
Mm-hmm.
I especially things like table topics. I could sense that my turn to come might come at any moment. After I got up and gave my speech or, table topics response or whatever, there would be a release. There would be I would experience that rush, and then I would have the release of like gotten through to the other side. I faced that fear, and there would be like a catharsis kind of thing. So I really enjoyed that experience.
Yeah, one thing I always think is we as humans, we don't have a natural tendency just to raise our hand and go ask questions to anyone else, right? How would people find mentors? And how important is mentorship? You just said somebody showed you the way, but there is still majority of us who don't have a dedicated mentor, somebody who we can go and express and ask questions. And how do you encourage those? Folks to have a mentor and why?
Yeah, a mentor is definitely important. I mean, it was kind of random how I found my mentor. We knew each other because we were both a part of a different organization,
Hmm.
not law related at all. And but we found out that we were both attorneys, and she
Hmm.
was a criminal lawyer, and I always been interested in criminal law. And so it just sort of happened by happenstance that I think it was just divine intervention that we came together. I don't know that I could tell someone else this is how you find a mentor. She just
Yeah.
appeared in my life, and it happened to be a time when I could use her.
So good afternoon, everyone. Today I have absolute pleasure to talk with Andy Langenfeld. Welcome to the show, Andy.
Thanks, Jash. I really appreciate you having me. Currently, I lead Florida Blue Cross Blue Shield's innovation product management, including building out how do we systemically scale that through the organization and the culture.
So let's jump right in. Right. So you have built so many teams. Can you tell me about a team that you are particularly proud of and what made that team so special for you?
Yeah, I mean, every team has its own kind of unique thing about it. I gotta say though, the team we built at Amazon is probably the one I'm most proud of for a couple of different reasons. The team had such a strong vision for a better future, for how we listen to customers and advocate for them, and a vehicle to really do that in a unique way. Not only were we fortunate to have that beautiful green space in front of us, the people we were able to bring together to accomplish that was just a special group. We all became really close. And even as it grew and took a little bit of different shape and it evolves as teams do, it kept just such a great core identity. We didn't always agree on everything, but we
Mhm.
sure got together a group of people with a singular vision and team mindset that just enjoyed it and was really able to accomplish a lot through that joy of spending the time together on top of a compelling piece of work. So
Right.
it was kind of magic. So
Great. I'm glad you picked Anecdotes as a team. So, when you first start, as you said, there is a lot of green space, but you don't know whether you are going in the right direction or not. And now looking back, you feel like, okay, the team worked perfectly. It got to the point where we wanted it to be, or maybe even bigger than what you anticipated in the first early days, right? So, as you're moving with new teams like this, how do you know the team was really clicking, right? Okay, this is the indicator that tells me this team is going in the right direction. Do you have any of that?
yeah, that's such a great question. That's really a hard thing to pin down in the moment. You do have these sort of light bulb moments, though, that hit you unexpectedly if you're looking for them. So I think that would be the first indicator. Are you occasionally having these light bulb moments that sort of take you out of that tactical work and go, whoa, we're really onto something. This is really resonating. Hey, we so at Amazon, you have these business reviews periodically with senior leadership to kind of report on your progress.
Hmm.
And we had one of these quarterly business reviews with the head of all of Amazon customer service. And at the time, we were a very small team. I mean, it was me and two other folks. So, I mean, it's like three, which is definitely, we want to talk about the seed of an idea of a team. Um, and we had this really compelling 6 pages of results that were coming out of what started out as kind of an out there idea for Anecdotes, and you could see all these different pieces of traction. And to us, right, it's more of a report out, right? We were being like, how do we tell the story? How is it compelling? How is it there? And we're with the senior leadership, and they were very complimentary. They asked the right questions. They were wanting to know our mind about where scale was going next, and we had it all. Probably one of the most positive ones I'd ever been in up to that point. So it was exciting, right? Everybody likes to see the recognition of the work. Here we go, right? So looking for those moments, I think, is one of those key indicators. I think the second piece is, are you setting the right measurements to let you know that you're getting some of that ambiguity out, that you're getting repeatable, that you're starting to get scale, that the ideas that you had are transforming into results, right? And so being intentional to set metrics early on, even if the metrics aren't as detailed as you might like or aren't as mature as you want to get them to be, like having those first indicators, it helps ensure that you are marching towards your goal.
For those examples, I've been to some of those meetings with leadership, and sometimes it becomes the leadership is so proud because of your team. I think that's the best moment for the manager. If you were to give one piece of advice to somebody who is building their first team, what would that be?
Stick with it. As you get more comfortable with it, it becomes more reflexive. You want to lead with intentionality, but you'll get the mechanics of it will become a little more automatic. And only then is when you start getting like kind of what's your authentic voice and your authentic leadership style, because you stick with it, have the grit. Like it's so powerful early on if you're a new leader.